Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC Paris Breakdown versus Spivak. We back in Paris, and we back for another breakdown of a very underwhelming card. But we are back nonetheless. First card of September after very shaky August. But maybe this card can deliver better in execution than it does in looks, because again, this is a very rough card on paper. But we all know those cards weirdly become the best cards of the year, fight night wise. So yeah, and August is full of those shaky cards. The next 3 cards are very shaky. Fuck, next week has one of the worst pay-per-views I've seen in a while. So, well, that's next week. We are in this week, which is Paris. So, yeah, really not much to say. Don't want to ramble on too long. We back. If please like, comment, sub. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, you want to break down some fights? I do. Let's do it. 11 fights on this card after a whole shit ton of changes to this card. But after a while, we finally got a set card and we have 11 fights to break down. So, let's start. We start in the women's bantam catchweight division with a very interesting fight. As we got Zarah Infinite Fram versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. The interesting fight begin tonight. Let's talk about Zarah Friend first. Zarah in the UFC is 0-3, and to just be blunt about it, she ain't good. To just be really blunt, she's not a good fighter. Why she's in the UFC, I don't know. She is 39 years old, almost 40. She's on a 3-fight losing streak. She's been in the UFC since 2019, and she barely fights. Like, between 2020 and 2023, she had no fights. She didn't fight in 2021, she didn't fight in 2022. Her fight to begin the year was her first fight since 2020, when there were still crowds. So, and she's a fucking featherweight also, so why is she still here when she's a featherweight that can't make 135? She literally missed weight for this fight at fucking so. And when she actually does make it to the cage, she has looked awful. She got subbed by Megan Anderson, which, how? She got crushed by Felicia Spencer, which sounds about right. And then, weirdly, she didn't have a terrible performance against Josie Nunez. But I really think that's only because she's so tall compared to Josie, so she's still clearly lost, and she's just not UFC level. She's 39 and gonna be on a 4-fight losing streak. And even before UFC, who did she beat? No one. So, I'm just not sure why she's in the UFC. I've seen nothing good from her in her 3 fights. She's flat-footed as fuck. Her striking ain't very good. Her ground game is pathetic. You got subbed by Megan Anderson. Come on. And I really just don't get why she's in the UFC still. When she goes 0-4 this week, she has to get cut. She's like, I'm shocked she wasn't cut. So, whatever. I think they're really just using her to finish up her contract. It's probably the last fight on it. And they're like, fine, we can just use you as cannon fodder to build up a new fighter. Which is smart. But also like, I don't know, whatever. I just don't got much to say, let alone much positive to say about Zarah Fran when she's just a terrible, terrible fucking fighter. So, yeah, not really much to say besides she sucks. To talk about her opponent, Jacqueline Cavalcanti. This is her UFC debut. She is 6-1, and yeah, not really I really don't have much to say. She, of course, is a better fighter in this fight. Looking over who she's beat, this is actually an interesting win because Nora is literally fighting on this card. We'll break down a little bit. So, yeah, I really don't got much to say about Jacqueline. 26 years old. It was her birthday on Tuesday, I believe. So, yeah, good birthday week to make your UFC debut. And, yeah, she lost in PFO. That's a fucking L. But, yeah, not very much to say about Jacqueline. She's the better fighter here, and she's getting a layup. So, if she can't win this, she will never win a fight, ever. Swear to God. So, yeah, there ain't just a little to say about Jacqueline. She's gonna be better on the feet. She's gonna be better on the ground. She's just gonna be better. So, just got very little to fucking say, you know? So, yeah. The betting odds for this fight have Jacqueline Cavalcanti minus 325 to plus 260. I agree. I would move Jacqueline up to minus 500 because Loughran is 13 years older and is a terrible fighter who really should not be in the UFC. So, yeah, really just not much to say. And, yeah, my pick in this is, of course, Jacqueline Cavalcanti, who is my lock of the night also. And, yeah, I'm gonna go Jacqueline Cavalcanti by, probably, she might finish her, but I feel safe going for decision here, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna go decision. I think she's just gonna outclass Zarah for 15 minutes and get the win, so I'm going Jacqueline Cavalcanti by decision, lock of the night. To begin the night, should be an easy debut for Jacqueline, so yeah, not much to say. Cavalcanti by decision. After that, we head into the second fight of the night, which is the only fight on the prelims which does not have a debut or a return fight, as we head to bantamweight for Farid Ferocious Basharat versus K.R. Kleydson Rodrigues. Really good fight. Really good fight at bantamweight. Sorry about that. Really good fight at bantamweight. Happy to see KR moving up, and let's begin the breakdown talking about Farid Basharat. Farid in the UFC is 1-0, coming off contender series where he looked good, where he looked decent. In the UFC debut earlier this year, he looked alright versus Damon Blackshear. Underwhelming debut, but at the time it was a bad performance, but now in hindsight, Damon is actually a really good fighter. So I can't get mad at that. Farid, obviously the younger brother of Javid, who is 10 times better, but that's not even an insult. Javid's just he's gonna be a top 15 dude. He's really fucking good. But Farid's no joke either. Farid's a decent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. He's 10-0 for a reason. And he beat Damon Blackshear in his debut, which again, that has aged a lot better that looks a lot better now than it did in March. So, yeah, Farid's good. I think he's a better wrestler than Javid. From what I remember, his striking ain't as good, but Javid's striking is fucking insane, so. But, yeah, Farid's a decent prospect. He's still young, he's still green, he still has time to get better, though. Again, I don't think he's the level of his brother yet, but give it him a couple years, he could be. I think, from what I remember, his striking's a little underwhelming compared to his brother, but besides that, he's a decent prospect, and yeah, again, beating Damon Blackshear's aging pretty well over time, so yeah, not much to say about Farid. He's decent, he's pretty decent. To talk about his opponent, Kleydson Rodrigues. Kleydson has moved up to 135 for his fight, since flyweight was not his weight class. In the UFC, Kleydson is 1-1, coming off the contender series. In his UFC debut, he had a very controversial decision loss to CJ Vergara, a fight a lot of people think he won. I don't remember too much, but I might agree. And then in his second UFC fight earlier this year, he ran through Shannon Ross, as you should. Kleydson is a decent fighter, good, decent prospect, very young, 27 years old. He looked okay at flyweight, but you can tell it wasn't his weight class. He's missed weight 2 times in a row now for the Ross fight, and then he was meant to fight Tatsuro Taria, but he missed weight by 4 pounds or 3 pounds. Jesus. Yeah, he's a decent fighter. He showed he just shown flashes of talent. Like, running through Shannon Ross ain't saying much, but still it's not terrible. It's not the worst win in the world, but it's close. And then having to go to a really close fight with CJ Vergara is very impressive, actually. CJ is a very good fighter in my opinion, and for him to go to a close fight with him says a lot. Yeah. Like I said, going to a close fight with CJ Vergara is impressive. And now I am excited to see him move up to bantamweight. He's not a small fighter. He's not a small bantamweight. He's 5'6". Like, he is shorter than Javid by 2 inches, but he's still, bantamweight is his real weight class, clearly, since he can't make flyweight. And yeah, this is a really tough but good bantamweight debut for him, and I'm very excited for it. This is one of the better fights on the card. A fight that really fell on the radar because this card's so bad. People are just looking at the top 3 fights and not looking at this fight that could be really good. So, yeah, not really much more to say about this fight, besides the betting odds, which have Javid or Farid Basharat minus 290 to plus 235. I disagree. I'd move Farid down to maybe minus 190. He should be a favorite, but I want to see a little bit more from him. This is another good test for him, but I think he could lose this. This is definitely a fight he could lose. Kleydson is the better striker, but Farid's probably better on the ground. He should be able to just wrestle him for 15 minutes, but you never know. So, but who am I going with? I am leaning Farid Basharat. I was a little flipped on this fight for a good amount of the week. But now that I'm really breaking it down, I do think Farid will win. He should be the better fighter overall, and he should be able to get it to the ground. Again, on the feet, he's probably not as good, but if he can just be decent enough on the feet to get to the ground, like he probably will be, he should be able to just grind out a decision like he did against Amon. And, yeah, really not much more to say besides my pick for this fight is Farid Basharat by decision. Should be able to get to the ground and just outwork Kleydson. So, yeah, Farid Basharat by decision. Good fight, really good fight. Don't count out Kleydson. Not very much more to say. After that, we head to our second female fight of the night in the bantamweight division, and another debut. A lot of debuts on this prelims or returns, so yeah, get ready for that. This is Farid, the last non-debut fight until this, which is high up the fucking card. We'll return our debut fight, so get ready. But enough about that. Let's talk about this fight we have right here, which is Nora Cornolle versus La Pantera Joselyne Elrod. Let's talk about Nora Cornolle a little bit. Nora is making her UFC debut, obviously, 6-1. And yeah, just like Cavalcanti, I've heard okay things about her. She could be a nice prospect at the division. Very young. Well, actually, my bad. I thought she was a little younger. 33 years old, so yeah, her time is now or never. And it's actually interesting that her first career fight was against Cavalcanti, who she's debuting on this card with. Nora only has finishes for wins. 5 finishes, 1 submission, no decision wins. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I'm guessing she's like a kickboxer or something, because like she looks like she has boxing gloves or some shit. So that's interesting. Yeah, I'm very interested to see her debut. She has a lot tougher fight than Cavalcanti, and that makes it more interesting. So I'm very interested in this fight. I do think it's gonna be interesting, cause I think all debuts can be interesting, because that's really, like, if we don't get to see them on the Contender Series, which that's really their debut, quote quote, when we really, I think debuts are always interesting. I definitely think this is an interesting one for Nora, and yeah, again, it's a lot tougher than Cavalcanti's debut, so yeah, not very much to say about Nora. That whole finish streak's very interesting, though. To talk about her opponent, Joselyne Edwards, who's had a very up and down UFC career. She is 4-2 in the UFC. Her wins are Yanan Wu, Romana Pascal, and Ji-Yeon Kim. I should say she is 3-3 in the UFC, because that's true. So yeah, her wins are Wu, Pascal, and Kim. Her losses are Carol Hossa, Jessica Rose Clark, and Lucy Pudalova. In her wins, she's looked okay. She looked okay against Yanan. She looked, actually, to be honest, in my opinion, she could easily be on a 3-fight losing streak. And she kind of should be. She lost this Pudalova fight, no matter what you say. This, I gave to Pascal. And then this, was this a close fight? I really don't remember, to be honest. No, it wasn't a close. She won this, but Pascal was close, and Pudalova was one of the worst robberies of the year. And then for her other two losses, Cararosa, you can't get mad at that. And then this is I talk about this every time I break down one of her fights, but to get fucking wrestle fucked by Jessica Rose Clark is bad. Like, she literally got wrestle fucked by Jessica Rose Clark. I love Jessie Jess. You should not be getting wrestle fucked by Jessica Rose Clark. What the fuck? Like, wow. That loss will never look terrible. So, like, and again, even her wins look kind of terrible. Yanan Wu's terrible. Romana Pascal is awful, and Pascal actually looked pretty good in that fight, hurting Edwards in that fight. And Lucy Pudalova's not a bad loss. Pudalova's a decent fighter. And then, like I said, her, Pudalova, losing to Pudalova you can't get mad at. Same thing for Rosa. And Ji-Yeon Kim, like, her 3 wins are super can. So, yeah. Edwards is not a bad fighter, that's the weird thing. Like, her striking is alright, her ground game ain't good. Her striking is alright, but I don't know. And she's missed weight 2 times in a row. If she misses weight again, oof. But, yeah, 3-3 in the UFC, coming off a loss. Very interesting. Very interesting. Now she gets to test the newcomer. Can Cornolle look good against a veteran? So, yeah, very interesting fight here. And I'm very interested to see how this one goes. The betting odds have Joselyne Edwards minus 125 to plus 105. I disagree. I would have this a pick'em. Edwards has had weird performances in the UFC, and Nora is making her debut, so you can't really get a good grasp on her. So, striking wise, Nora will probably be the better striker. On the ground, I'm not sure. Edwards, again, not a great ground fighter. Nora, I have no idea. So that's definitely gonna be an interesting part of this fight if we do get there. If we don't, then of course it's not gonna be interesting. It won't happen. But yeah. Who am I going with in this fight? I'm gonna go with the newcomer. I'm going Cornolle. I think she'll be able to upset the veteran here and win. If Romana Pascal can and Jessica Rose Clark can look good against you and kind of beat you, I think someone who probably ain't that bad can. Again, being 33 is a little worrying for someone who's making their debut and is very young into their career, but you never know. We're seeing crazier shit. So, my pick for this fight is Nora Cornolle by, this will shock you, I'm gonna say by knockout / TKO in the second. I think she'll be able to maybe hurt Edwards to the body or something along those lines, and I think she'll be able to get a finish. She only has finishes in her career, and I think that theme can continue. I'm going Nora Cornolle by a TKO in the second. Will that happen? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. That's my pick though. Cornolle set a round 2 finish. After that, we head to a weird fight and a return that should not even be happening. We have the last ninja Ange Loosa versus Rhys Skeletor McKee. Why is Rhys McKee back? Let's talk about Ange Loosa. Ange in the UFC is 1-1, coming off, actually not coming off contender, it's coming off of stepping in on short notice. In his UFC debut, he got pretty much just beat up. Excuse me. He got beat up pretty bad, but he showed heart, and Lavezz was just on a new level that night. And then in his second fight against AJ Fletcher, he was able to get the win. It was a very weird fight, but he was able to I think he was able to just fight a little better than AJ and get the win, and that's a good win. AJ Fletcher is a very underrated fighter. And on contenders, he fought Jack Della Maddalena and was able to make it to a decision. So he's really, really, really tough. So keep that in mind. Ange ain't a bad fighter. His striking's alright. His ground game's okay. His gas tank is not good from what I remember. By like the end of the second against Fletcher, he's pretty gassed, but what do you really expect? Yeah, he's not a bad fighter. And this is a step down in competition by a big mile. He was fighting Jack Della, Lavezz, and Fletcher. Now he's going to Rhys McKee. Yeah, that's a giant step down if you ask me. So, yeah, I don't think he's too worried about this fight, to be honest. Again, step down in competition, big time. So, yeah, not very much to say about Ange. He's only had 2 fights in the UFC, and he stepped in on short notice for one and looked decent in the other. And he's been off for over a year, so he's had time to heal up and get ready for his next fight. So, yeah. Interested to see how he looks in this one. To talk about his opponent, Rhys McKee, I don't know why he's back. I got very little to say. He was 0-2 in the UFC, losing to Khamzat Chimaev and Alex Morono. He got cut after that. He went on a 3-fight winning streak, and then now he's back in the UFC. I don't know why. The dude was not good when he was here. He showed nothing. Again, yes, he fought Khamzat. We can just look past that. In the Morono fight, he just got taken to school for 15 minutes. I just don't really think this kid's that good. Yeah, he won on a 3-fight winning streak in Cage Warriors, which, yeah, that's not a bad thing. He was a champion. But let's be honest, who was he beating? A dude with a veteran record, a dude who's on a contender series this year, and a dude no one's ever heard of in their life. So, yeah, I don't know why he's back in the UFC. Guess they wanted to have another Irish fighter on the card. But, he doesn't, next generation do they have anyone good? No. Yeah, I just really don't know why Rhys McKee's back. He's not good. So, yeah, whatever. Not very much to say. He's back. I don't know why. No. Yep, not much to say. What the fuck are people smoking? Okay. The betting odds for fight have Ange Loosa minus 180 to plus 155. I disagree. I would have Loosa minus 200. He should be better. This is pretty simple. He should just be a better fighter. Striking should be better. Ground game, I'm not sure. Right. Probably should be better. He should just win this fight. Rhys McKee's not a good fighter. And I don't know why he's back in the UFC, so yeah, not very much to say. I'm gonna go Ange Loosa by decision. He should be able to do the same thing Manolo did, just outclass him for 15 minutes and get to win. So yeah, little to say. Ange Loosa by decision. Next. Just I don't know what the fuck Tapology is smoking, picking McKee, but whatever. Let's move on to the next fight, which is a very interesting fight in the bantamweight division between Taylor Double Impact Lapilus versus Caolán the Don Loughran. Okay, let's talk about Taylor Lapilus a little bit. Taylor in the UFC went 3-1. His 3 wins, 3 guys you've never fucking heard of. And his 1 loss was to Eric Perez. I guess he got cut or just did not re-sign with the UFC. And he went to go 7-1. And he got brought back. He's been trying to get a fight since the Paris card last year, and he couldn't get a fight then. And then he had a fight booked for his card. Gaffarov pulled out. Now he's fighting Caolán. I'm excited to see Taylor back in the UFC. I've heard pretty decent things about him. He good striker, and yeah, I'm interested to see how he does in this fight. Finally back, returning at home. Shouldn't have been cut to begin with since he was only 3-1. And yeah, I'm very interested to see how he does in this fight. So yeah, very little to say because I did not see his first 3 UFC or his first 4 UFC fights. But yeah, I'm happy to see him back in the UFC. I'm very excited to see how he does. So not very much to say. And then talk about his opponent, Caolán Loughran. I got really nothing to say. He is the Cage Warriors champion coming into UFC. That either means you're gonna be a good fighter or a shit one. He's undefeated from Ireland, so they're gonna try and push him. 27 years old. I've heard okay things about him, not really anything special. And let's see how he does. This is definitely a tough debut for the kid, so let's see how he does. We got nothing else to say. The betting odds for this fight have Taylor Lapilus minus 160 to plus 135. Yeah, I agree with that those odds to a T. And yeah, I agree. I think Taylor will be able to get the win here. He's a veteran he has 10 more wins than Caolán has fights, so keep that in mind. And yeah, he's finally back in the UFC. He's hungry as fuck, and I think he's gonna try and show out, man. And I hope he does. I really would like to see him get the win here, and let's see how he does. So my pick is gonna be Taylor Lapilus, and yeah, I'm gonna go Taylor by decision. I doubt he finishes Caolán, so yeah, I think he'll be able to just take him to school for 15 minutes. So Taylor Lapilus by decision. Not very much more to say. And is that the end of the prelims? Yeah, I guess it is. But yeah, those are prelims. Only 5 fights because you only got 11. Even though I think this should be on the prelims also, but whatever. Fine prelims. We got 2 female debuts that could be good, could be bad. Farid and Rodrigues is a really good fight. Loosa should beat up McKee. Lapilus should beat up Caolán. All around a pretty decent okay prelims, if they are a little short. Add another fight or two, and you got pretty good prelims. But yeah, the other prelims, and to start the main card, we have more debuts. So let's get into the main card. I'm not trying to rush this, just I have nothing to say about half these fighters. So, let's begin the main card with another fight with debuting fighters, both some this time, as we got Morgan, the Last Pirate, Charriere, versus Manolo, Angelo Venzino Zecchini. Sure. I already got a little to say about either of these guys. I'll talk about Morgan first, because I've heard more about him. He's, of course, making his UFC debut. I've heard a couple of things about him. I've heard he's not good. I've heard he's kind of a star in Paris. I've heard he's not good. I've heard he's kind of good. He's 27 years old, coming from Cage Warriors. He was champion also. Not the greatest record making your UFC debut. 18-9 is not great. Hopefully he's losing to guys who are actually good. 7-1. Chill. Okay. Maybe he's good. I don't know. Damn, 10 finishes. 10 knockouts. It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, he's getting a big stage here. Opening up the main card. Again, I heard he was a star in Paris, so yeah, maybe he's good. I really don't know. And then I have nothing to say about this guy because I don't know what to say. He goes to Jackson Wink. Interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy is really just cannon fodder for Morgan. So yeah, maybe he could get the upset. Maybe he can get the win, but I doubt it. Yeah, I really just have little to say about this fight. So I'm not gonna say much about this fight, So yeah. The betting odds for this fight have Morgan minus 305 plus 235. Sure. I don't know. Yeah, sure. And my pick for this fight is gonna be Morgan Charriere. So yeah, I'm gonna go Morgan by decision, probably. I don't know. Yeah. Really got little to say here. Yeah. Nothing to say. Morgan by decision. Maybe he's good. After that, we head into our second fight of the main card, and I don't got much else to say for this fight, and I did the last fight, as we have William Jaguar Gomis versus Yanis, the Desert Warrior Ghemmouri. Sure. Let's talk about William Gomis. William in the UFC is 2-0. His 2 wins are Jarno Aarons and Francis Marshall. Even though I think he should be 1-1, he lost this fight to Marshall. That was a robbery. Yeah, I'm not impressed by Gomis. I don't think he's that good. He beat Aarons, who's pretty shitty, and he should have lost to Marshall, who just got beat by Dogarian. Oh, and he actually lost to Morgan. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not impressed by Gomis at all. He's not impressed me in the slightest. So, his striking's alright. His ground game's there. I'm just not impressed by him in the slightest. And yeah, I'm just not impressed. He's gonna fight Henenbrow. Weird. Yeah, I just got little to say. I'm not impressed by William Gomis. To talk about his opponent, Yanis Ghemmouri, I have nothing to say for him because I've never seen this dude a day in my life. Made his UFC debut on a nice winning streak, 12-1. Maybe he's good. I've heard he's a good striker. His ground game is there. Wrestling. Yeah, I just got little to say. Maybe he's good. We'll see. I'll say this right now. I'm still gonna give my pick, but this should be a contender series fight, and why are these guys not on contender series? Because these guys didn't step in. all these people debuting were already on the card booked. Why are they not on Contender Series? Really weird. But yeah, we got little to say. The betting odds have Gomis minus 250 to plus 205. Sure. I don't know. And who am I going with in this fight? I'm gonna go Yanis and Ghemmouri. Why not? I know nothing about him, so I can't really make an opinion on him. And I think Gomis is severely overrated and not that good, so fuck it. Give me Yanis Ghemmouri by decision. Hopefully he's good. If not, whatever. I took a shot in the dark. So, yeah. Hopefully he can win. Hopefully. Fuck off. Hopefully he can win. After that, we get to our last debut of the card. As we have Volkan, No Time, Oezdemir versus Bogdan, Guskov. Actually, Bogdan is the only fighter who did step in for Atamat Mirzakhonov. So that's interesting. So, yeah, let's finally talk about a fighter I can talk about. Volkan Oezdemir. Volkan in UFC is 6-6. I'll talk about his last couple fights. Going on his whole career is stupid. Yeah, he's had a very up and down career, especially lately. Like, a win, a robbery against Rodrigues. Crushed by Yuri, crushed by Ankalaev. Awful fight versus Paul Craig. Krylov beat him pretty easily. Like, I've never impressed by Oezdemir, to be honest. Like, yeah, he went on a nice knockout streak, knocking out OSP and Manolo, etc. But let's be honest, these three guys kind of suck. He got a title shot no one remembers. He lost to Anthony Smith, lost to Dominic Reyes. He knocked out Latifi, then lost to Rodrigues, Yuri, and Ank. He beat Paul Craig, who didn't even fight, and then Krylov beat him. Yeah, I was never impressed by Volkan. Dude has power, but that's why his chin's never been that strong, and he always loses to top fighters. His best win, I'm not counting Roger, because that's fucking a robbery. His best win is Paul Craig. Jesus Christ, that's saying a lot. So yeah, right. Just not much to say about Volkan. Dude's 33 years old. He's still highly ranked at light heavyweight, but that just tells you how good light heavyweight is. So, yeah, it's not much to say. I was never that impressed with Volkan, so, yeah. To talk about his opponent, Bogdan Guskov, making his UFC debut, stepping in on short notice. He has 12 wins by knockout, 2 by submission, on a 4-fight winning streak. I've heard I've heard a lot of good things about him. A lot of people are high on him. He's only 28, I believe. Oh, he's 30. He's only 30. Again, 4-5 winning streak. He doesn't seem like he's beating complete cans. So, he's got a couple decent wins. He only has 2 losses, and they are to some veterans and shit with big records. So, yeah, maybe he's good. He again, could be fresh blood in the division. And this wouldn't be the first time Oezdemir loses to a guy making his debut. Remember a guy named Yuri Prohashka, like I said earlier? Yeah, I don't know very much about Bogdan besides he hits hard, and I've heard pretty decent things about him. So, yeah, maybe he's good. The betting odds for this fight are shockingly kind of low. Volkan Oezdemir is only minus 160 to plus 130. I'm shocked Oezdemir ain't a bigger favorite, to be honest. I definitely thought he would be a bigger favorite. I thought he'd be like minus 200 like Gomis and all those other motherfuckers. But no, only minus 160. That's actually very, very interesting. Yeah, I guess I agree. I've never seen Bogdan fight, so maybe that's right, maybe that's wrong, I don't know. We'll find out Saturday night, so, yeah. Who's my pick for this fight? Fuck it, give me his dog. Give me Bogdan Guskov. Why not? Give me Bogdan by knockout in the first. Clip that weak old chin. Fuck it, why not? Let's have fun with it. Where's the fun if Oezdemir beats him? So, give me Anthony Smith's little brother, Bogdan Guskov by knockout in the first. Why not? Let's have fun. So, yeah. Another underdog pick. Fuck it. Not really much more to say. It's probably gonna... I doubt the fight goes 15 minutes, is what I will say, to end that breakdown. So, yeah. Next fight. After that, we head into our first fight without a fucking debut in a long time. And it's a pretty decent fight. As we have the God of War, Benoit Saint-Denis versus Thiago Moises. Let's talk about Benoit Saint-Denis. Benoit in the UFC is 3-1, and his 3 wins: Nicholas Stoltz, Gabriel Miranda, and Ismail Bonfim, and his 1 loss was to Zaleski, which is understandable, one of the shittiest ref jobs in MMA history. Ever since that Zaleski fight, which he really had no chance in, dude, he's been on a tear. Like, Stoltz he ran through as he should, Miranda he ran through as he should, and he killed the hype of Ismail Bonfim easily. Like, that wasn't even a tough fight for him, and he ran through him. Like, Benoit has shown he's a legit, like, great fighter, and he's only 27. Like, he's looking like he could be a top 15 dude. You're telling me he wouldn't fit in with Renato Moicano, Matt Frivola, Drew Dober, etc.? He could easily be in that 11 through 15 ranked lightweight. He's really good, and he's tough as nails. You're not gonna finish him. So... I'm excited to see how he does in this step up. He's taking steps up every time he fights. Like, he fought these 2 cans after the Zaleski fight, and then he stepped up to Bonfim in a fight he should have lost, and he looked amazing. Now he's making us, well, actually, I might take Ismail Bonfim over Moises. I don't know. But he's, again, fighting, he's not fighting a can, he's going forward. He's fighting Moises, who is alright, I guess. Oh, yeah, I'm happy for BSD. And dude's a great fighter, like I said, great striking, ground game's decent. He's becoming a real problem in that division really quickly, so yeah, definitely a name to keep an eye on. Especially if he wins this fight, a name to keep an eye on. Talk about his opponent, Thiago Moises. Thiago in the UFC is 6-4. His wins, Kurt Halaba, Michael Johnson, Bobby Green, Alex Hernandez, Christoph Giagos, and Melquez Costa. His 4 losses: Benil Dariush, Demiris Magulov, Islam Makhachev, and Joel Alvarez. So first wins, he's actually beat a couple good guys: Michael Johnson, Bobby Green, Hernandez, even Melk, who is a 45er, still a good win. And his losses: Benil's a bad loss because Benil sucks, but Demir, understandable. Islam, beyond understandable. And Joel Alvarez, understandable. Though he's losing to guys he should, and he's beating guys he should. Yeah, see, I've never really been that high on Thiago. I know some people really think he's good. I don't. He's alright. His striking is okay. And his grappling's where it's at. Yeah, he has good grappling. But that's about the long and short of it. Like, again, I'm not very high on Thiago. I don't really think he's that great of a fighter. Like, he's alright, but like, do I really think he's on the same level of? Oh, and actually, let me rephrase that. He lost to Bobby Green. That was one of the worst robberies that year. So, but like, I was just talking about how Benoit is on getting to the level of so and so. They're raising Moises on the level of Frivola, Moicano, Drew Dober. No, I really don't. So that should say a lot. And yeah, I just really don't think he's on that level. He's an okay fighter, but that's about it. I've never really saw much of him, and I doubt that's gonna really change. The betting odds for his fight have Benoit Saint-Denis minus 135 to plus 115. I'd move Benoit up a little bit. I'd have Benoit minus 150. I think that's a good line for him. He should win this fight if he raised him. He's a better fighter, and when you're the better fighter, you should win. And like, on the feet, he's way better. On the ground, he doesn't want to go to the ground, but I don't think it's the worst thing if he did. I think he could hang on down there a little bit, but not for a long time. So, but yeah, Benoit's a great fighter, and I think he will get the win here. He should be able to just either clip and hurt Moises and put him out, or just beat him up in a decision, or maybe even catch him in a submission sometime in the fight. So, yeah, overall, I do think Benoit's gonna win this fight. He should be a better fighter, because I think he is the better fighter. And, yeah, my pick is Benoit Saint-Denis by... I'm gonna say knockout in a second. I think he can clip Moises and finish him. He's only got 2 finishes by knockout. That's interesting. I don't see him subbing Moises. He could. I don't see it. I think he's gonna get a knockout. I think he's gonna clip him or just flat out knock him out. So, yeah. Let's see, what was his other knockout? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go Benoit Saint-Denis by knockout in a second. Clip him and TKO probably. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Benoit by knockout in a second. I think he can get this one, as he should. So, yeah. After that, we head to the fight that I think should be the main event, because it's the best fight on the card. And we have Manon, the Beast, Fiorot, versus Zug, Rose, Namajunas. What a great fight. I can't wait. Let's talk about Manon. Manon in the UFC is undefeated, 5-0. Her wins: Victoria Leonardo, Tabitha Ricci, Mayra Bueno Silva, Jennifer Maia, and Kayla Chukagian. She has some good wins. The Ricci one has aged greatly. The Mayra one has aged amazingly. And yeah, and she came into UFC. Her first 2 fights, she seems like just a killer. She slowed down in this fight, but Mayra did kind of fight shitty. And then yeah, she's had this was a pretty weak performance against a shit fighter in Maya. And then I don't even remember this fight. All I remember is that she clearly won. So yeah, Manon's really fucking good. Her striking's good. I don't think we've seen her ground game at all. If we have, it's been very little. But yeah, her striking's really good. And she's a real problem in that division. She's very young still, only 20... Oh, she's 33. I swear she was younger. But yeah, this is her time to shine. If she wins this fight, she's probably she could get a title shot. And she's trying to get that title shot, man, because she's good. She's definitely one of the best flyweights in the world. And when you have wins like this, and then that says a lot. She's really good. I'm very excited to see how she does in the biggest fight of her career, the biggest test of her career. Let's see how she does at home. She wasn't on the Paris card last year, so I'm happy she did get the spot this year. She was actually meant to fight Andrade last year on the card, but Andrade pulled out, so that's a shame, but I'm happy she is getting that spot now. And yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for this fight, and I'm interested to see how she looks in this one. To talk about our opponent, Zug Rose, moving up to 125 after possibly being the greatest strawweight ever. We all know Rose. I don't need to break down Zug Rose. I'm not going to. I'll break down her last couple performances. She had that insane knockout of Whaley. She came back and beat her again, and then she had the worst fight in UFC history against Carla. The thing with Rose is she has all the talent in the world. She mentally loses fights. She mentally lost the Esparza fight, let's be honest. I think she mentally lost the Andrade fight because she kept going for that fucking armbar. Like, she's an amazing fighter, there's no debate. But when you beat yourself mentally, it doesn't matter what you do in the cage, you're already lost. Like, if you beat yourself mentally, you lost, and you're gonna lose the fight. And that happened in the Carla fight. So, like I said, Rose is an amazing fighter. Could easily be the greatest strawweight of all time. It's her or Joanna. And now that she's moving up to 25, she looked good on the scales. She hit weight perfectly. This is interesting. This is very interesting. She's not that small for the weight class, 5'5", 5'7". Not cutting that 10 pounds could be really nice for her. And again, I'm very interested to see how she does. This is definitely one of the toughest tests you can get in a move for at flyweight. And I definitely am, even if Rose loses this, if she kind of looks good, she can still hang around this division. If she completely gets beat, I don't know. Like, she's talked about retirement. If she loses this dominantly, yeah, you probably should retire. But you never know with Slug Rose, man. If I've learned anything about Rose Namajunas, you never count out Rose Namajunas. Cause she does shit like head kicking Whaley or knocking out Joanna. So, yeah. I can't wait for this fight. The betting odds for this fight have Manon Fiorot minus 185 to plus 155. I disagree. I'd have Manon a small favorite, like minus 125, 120 to plus 110. Almost a pick'em. The only reason I don't have it a pick'em is because A, Manon is the flyweight here, and B, Rose could mentally beat herself before the fight. Which, if she does that, then Manon should be minus 400. But if Rose comes out there the best Rose, I think it's a pick'em fight. But if Rose comes in there mentally beaten, then I really don't know. So she's gonna lose. And so I really hope she doesn't go in there mentally beat. Just not because I'm like picking against her, because I am, to be honest. It's because I want to see the best fight possible. I want to see how good Manon is. I want to see how good Rose can be at 25. If she's already mentally beat before the fight, we'd see neither. So I hope she goes in there and is the best Rose we can get. So yeah. Who am I going with in this fight, though? It's hard to pick against Manon here. It's hard to, because she's hungry for that belt. Rose, I think's only moving up because she had nothing else. Could she fight Whaley again? Yes, but no one cares. Could she fight fucking a contender at strawweight, like let's say Tatiana Suarez? Yes, but she doesn't want to do that. She wants to move because she knows one win here and she gets a title shot. One win at strawweight, she might not get a title shot. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how she does in this fight. And yeah, never count out Rose, but my pick here is going to be Manon Fiorot. I think she'll be able to just be the better fighter, and I'm going to go Manon by decision. Striking, it's going to be very close. Ground game, probably Rose is better, but you never know. This fight's really close, and I'm very excited for it. Like I said, this should be the main event. It is the best fight on the card, but whatever. My pick here is Manon Fiorot. Can't wait. And to end the night, the main event of the evening, we have Cyril Bongaman Gan versus Sergey Polar Bear Spivak. I'm not going to waste your time. Spivak's going to win. I don't know why he's the underdog. Gan ain't good. Gan is a terrible fighter. He's just a shitty, boring kickboxer with no ground game. And before you say, what if he gone better? Even if he has gotten better somewhat, do you really think he can hang with Sergey Spivak? If he's gotten kinda better in 5 months? I don't know, man. Striking wise, yes, he's 10 times better. But dude, Spivak just knows how to get those takedowns. He's great at getting those takedowns. And if it goes to ground, it's over for Gan. He is not gonna get up. He's gonna get subbed, and it's over. So, yeah, I think Spivak's gonna spoil Gan's big comeback, and yeah, I'm not impressed with Gan. I don't think he's good at all. So, yeah, not much to say here. My pick for this fight is gonna be Sergey Spivak, the underdog, and I'm gonna go by Does he finish him by TKO or submission? I'm gonna say I feel a second round submission. That's what I've been feeling all week. That's what I'm gonna I could see him ground and pounding, but I'm gonna say a second round submission for Sergey Spivak. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna rock with. And yeah, my pick for the main event, Sergey Spivak by submission in the second. Don't fucking get point fired for 25 minutes, please. So yeah, not very much more to say. Spivak by submission in the second. Boom. There's the card to go over my picks one last time. Jacqueline Cavalcanti by decision, my lock of the night. Farid Basharat by decision. Nora Cornolle by TKO in the second. Ange Loosa by decision. Taylor Lapilus by decision. Morgan Charriere by decision. Yanis Ghemmouri by decision. Bogdan Guskov by knockout in the first. Benoit Saint-Denis by knockout in the second. Fiorot by decision. And Sergey Spivak by submission in the second. Those are my picks for this very odd card. And yeah, I don't know how to feel about this card. Like, in case you're wondering why I said Manolo should be the main event, it's just the best fight in the card. It's the biggest fight in the card, and it should be the main event. Let's be honest. What's the bigger fight? What's the better fight? What fight actually means something? The winner of this is gonna fight Jailton Almeida. Probably. They're not gonna fight Tom Aspinall. That's fucking stupid. The winner of this is either gonna fight Earn Blanchfield or fight for the belt next. So, yeah. I don't know. That's how I would have this as the main event and this as a co. But that's just me. I know what I think's the main event, and it's Manolo. So, yeah. Overall, not very much more to say. Those are my picks. You'll hear me recap this card Sunday 1 p.m. Sunday 1 p.m. EST or Monday 10 a.m. EST or 10 a.m. EST. So yeah, let's begin to say something. I know it seems like kind of rushed this a little bit, but I didn't. I just didn't want to ramble on too long. In most of the fights, I had no idea who the fuck the guy was. So yeah, really not much more to say about this fight. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me your picks, all that down below. Please like, comment, sub, 100 subs go by the end of the year. And let's begin to say something. As always, RX out. Let's head to Paris.